everyone. Welcome to the Bench Podcast. My name is Joey. Back with you.
Hey!
Angel, my co-host, as usual. How you doing, man?
What's up? I am
back in America.
back in America, baby!
USA! USA!
We're still the fucking best.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we
go
really
ahead.
are. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Over at the producer table, and a round of applause for our hosts while we were gone.
I think is
Registered Packers owner Gabriel Tovar and
Bam.
6'5" on a good day, AJ
What up?
Woodson.
Okay.
Hey, guys, thank you. You guys did a great job. Hilarious episodes.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that much nonsense in a long time.
Yeah, I thought we were bad. I'm like, then I heard these guys like, this is awesome.
That was some nonsense.
This is just some good television, baby.
we forgot we were a football show for a minute.
I
Hey,
got the camera was on.
I was telling Angel though. Props to Bench for going 4 deep at least. And honestly, I think Terrell could host a show. David
Yeah.
Adams probably do his own show. A big brain
crazy
himself. Speaking of Terrell Thorogood, on the phone with us today, joining us via Costa Mesa, Terrell Thorogood. Long time no see, T. How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. We back.
got that baby blue sweater on.
I like
All
that. Is that Nike?
Midsummer.
Yes, sir. Summer vibes.
Terrell, you are a hot weather pants sweater guy.
Yeah. You know, you grew up 6'1", you know how it is. So you got the heat.
You know what I remember about
So-
Terrell in college?
Here we go.
Is always playing ball in some sweats.
Sweat.
You got to have
That's
one
the
of those
game,
guys
yeah.
on
He's-
every
he's
course.
that dude.
People
That's the
do
game.
that?
Oh yeah, yep.
Ill.
Terrell, can you explain why and it could be balls hot in there.
Yeah.
And Terrell's rocking some sweats,
Some
maybe even
Adidas.
some pullaways or what are they called?
Oh,
Breakaways.
Breakaways. The breakaways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrell, what's the thing behind that? I mean, I've seen your legs before. You have fine legs.
Yeah. You know, you grew up with that. I grew up wearing basketball shorts underneath
Yep.
my pants. You know, going to school. So you always had to be ready to hoop. So just
But why don't you just take off the
Just
pants
rip-
when you're ready to hoop?
Nope. I just had this exact
Nope.
conversation with my wife.
Nope.
You got to be ready.
You
You
just
got to
gotta
have
keep
some
'em on.
shorts on underneath your suit. You got to be.
you
If it's time to hoop, you got to be ready to hoop.
Okay.
gotta be ready to go. So
That-
just keep them on.
See,
I'm
that's-
gonna make a quick producer's note. Terrell, can you back up a little bit? I got about half your forehead, big dog. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, you good.
I couldn't imagine playing. I'm with these legs. Are you kidding me? Wrapping them in some sweats.
Sorry.
I'm going about a game and a half.
It's already hard to get our legs in the pants.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it's true. I didn't like wearing pants to start with. Let
Yeah.
alone playing basketball in pants.
That's wild.
That is wild. Anyways, episode 134. Happy to have all you guys back in studio. We're excited. The season is 69 days away, boys. 69 days away.
69, baby.
Interesting number. We're not going to comment on that.
You gotta love it.
But we're under 70 days away. That's exciting. Training camp even closer than that.
Yep.
Couple weeks away. Teams, the dates were released for all the training camps. We're going to be at some of those training camps doing some interviews like we did last
Hard
year.
Knocks episodes coming up.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks, man.
God.
It's going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm truly excited. I mean, they are spoiling us this year with the Hard Knocks lineup they got for us. It's
Zero privacy happening in the NFL. Like, we're gonna be everywhere at all times.
half the fucking league's going to be on Hard Knocks.
It's like,
Jesus.
I'm not gonna worry about anything. I could just go on their HBO Max thing and find out what happened.
The NFL is so unashamed of milking that cash cow for every penny they got.
And they,
Sometimes they get sued for it.
yeah, we'll talk about that later. But
We'll talk about that.
But they got us right now. But we're all gonna watch every second of that
100%.
Giants off season. Like that sounds so boring on paper. You watch the trailer, like that sounds
Yeah,
pretty.
they
pretty
dropped a
awesome.
hell of a trailer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was a nice trailer.
Yeah.
Anyways, less than 70 days now from the start of the NFL season. This show is for Friday, June 28th, 2024. End of June, boys, getting to those hot, sweaty months, August and July. But hey, July 4th next week.
Yep.
That should be fun.
Wow.
The presidential debates
All right.
heating up. Those are always fun. Those are gonna be great TV. I don't care who you're voting for. It's just gonna be entertaining TV.
Just sit back.
Definitely gonna grab some sound bites from those.
Oh
too.
yeah, big time.
Definitely.
We'll see if they make the show.
Can't wait.
If you're following us on YouTube, welcome to the show.
Hi.
If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications, leave a comment. We've been getting so much good feedback on YouTube, and thank you to all you guys. By the way, 500 subscribers.
Oh yeah.
Woo! And listen, thanks to all of you who are commenting, who are sometimes saying some pretty rude stuff, or just having some football talk across all platforms. Thank you for watching the show, for taking part, for caring about this game that we love so much. We started this show as fans for the fans, and we will never apologize for fandom.
No.
Whether that looks ugly at the moment, we've all been there. We've all been the ugly fan.
Yeah, if you
Certainly.
were
Gabe's a Packer fan. He's been there.
if you were here when the Broncos lost 70-20, you saw the aftermath of that. That was the ugly side of being a Bronco fan.
That was ugly.
It gets ugly.
Can we just go back to what you just said right now?
Gabe caught straight.
How?
Oh, come on. You remember the days if the Packers lost, I couldn't talk to you for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's me not being ugly. That's me avoiding an ugly spot.
Real quick, Terrell, if you haven't done this yet, I need you to go back to the short that we released of the live reaction to the Bo Nix pick. And I need you to read those comments, guy, because a lot of people went at you and Angel. A lot of people are not happy with their guys' reaction. I mean, it's pretty funny because it's not at me. It's just at you guys. But look. Anyways, thanks to all you guys. We love it. We love the interaction, and we love fandom. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Make sure you're following the show between the show as we're posting all sorts of stuff up on all the platforms. Twitter's been popping lately. TikTok's been talking lately. I mean, it's been exciting following us on the platforms.
Pretty fun out there.
How often are you on the bench platforms throughout the day?
I'm on TikTok one pretty good because the algorithm for that TikTok one is awesome. It's just football content.
Yeah.
So I go on that one to what? Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good shit.
And then, of course, check out benchedshow.com. Sign up for the weekly email. Just a couple weeks away. We're going to get a lot of fantasy stuff up there. AJ got some stuff cooking. Some of our writers coming up with their own ideas. We might have a little betting segment.
What?
On the Benched report. I've never heard that idea before. So,
SOB, man.
make sure you sign up for that weekly report. That is absolutely free at benchshow.com. And, of course, catch up on the Bench Beat for articles on fandom, fantasy, and all things NFL. All right, boys, I got some birthdays for you.
Here we go.
It's a big day for birthdays, okay? This first one you're going to hate because I know you guys, and you don't really care for this family. That might have given it away. Happy birthday, Khloe Kardashian.
The worst one.
Like the worst one.
Oh,
Okay, Terrell, in no particular criteria, just off the top of your head, rank the Kardashian sisters,
Damn, I wanted this question.
including the Jenners.
oh,
It would be, hold on real
including
quick.
the
It would be irresponsible if we had to give Angel this question. Not a chance in hell. Terrell, go ahead.
Damn.
oh, okay. I'm gonna go at the bottom. It's Courtney.
Whoa.
Damn, on her birthday.
Yeah, Courtney's at the bottom. Then Kendall,
Disagree.
Chloe, Kylie, Kim.
Chloe's at 3?
Guys, I think we need to,
Yeah,
I may have made a
Chloe's
grave
at three.
mistake.
Look, you gave him the mic.
Chloe's
You put
at three.
Chloe at 2.
I may have made a
Chloe-
grave mistake here.
Wow.
Not only to,
Chloe at 3.
Chloe at 3.
Chloe's at 3?
That's crazy.
wait, who's
at
Chloe
three,
above?
yeah.
Chloe's the big
Chloe's
one.
above Courtney and Kendall. No, she slimmed down a lot.
Courtney's
She
weird.
slimmed down a lot.
Courtney's weird. Zempic, bro. Everyone's slim
No.
nowadays.
No, Kendall's.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is how is Kendall's number one? She has to be.
Whoa.
Oh, Kim's number 1. Let's not get
Yeah, well, easy.
Kim's number 1.
She made us all men over here.
You know,
all know
as he was
why.
releasing the list, there were so many emotions going on, and I could feel it come from all you guys. I thought this is a mistake. this is a mistake. There's some hot feelings.
Give me the camera.
Let's move on here.
the
Happy
camera on.
birthday to Spider-Man himself, Tobey Maguire.
Toby.
Oh, hey.
I need you to guess how old this man is. Tobey Maguire.
He is 47.
I was going to say 48.
Yeah,
he's-
43.
44. I say
He's
44.
49.
Oh,
He's one.
What?
He's 1 year away from being 50.
He was like 25 when he did those Spider-Man movies.
How
Those are
old
over
are we?
20 years old.
Actually, everyone in that
What's
movie.
her name was actually like 19, actually. His girl.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Everyone cast as high schoolers were like 35 years old.
No,
in
they
that
were
movie.
old, Gabe. They were old.
Was
when
he
they did
the
those
upside down kiss Spider-Man?
movies. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh.
that's classic.
That won an
Upside
MTV award,
down.
didn't it?
It did. I was just watching Shrek 2 with my daughter, and they do that in that movie.
That's
that
iconic.
was everywhere.
MTV's Best Kiss Award winner. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Helen Keller.
She has no capabilities of watching or hearing any part of the show.
I think she's dead.
Well, because she's dead.
And she's 0 for 3. She's 0 for 3.
She.
Whoa.
What?
Why?
Sorry.
That's it. We're gonna douchebag jar for Gabe.
Oh, yeah.
He needs one. That was $10 in douchebag jar.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Doesn't get any better here. Drake Bell. And then listen. We love.
Wait.
We love Drake Bell.
Wait.
Hey, I don't care. I don't care.
You
what
don't
anyone-
care?
I don't care what anyone says. That's my boy right there.
Drake Bell's all
That's
over
my
boy.
boy right
I think
there.
there's no one on this set who doesn't like Drake Bell, right? Oh, you're pointing at AJ.
I love Drake Bell. Drake and Josh. He's the voice of Spider-Man.
It's
I thought you didn't like Drake and Josh.
Oh, I love Drake and Josh.
Me and Angel watched Drake and Josh
you
when
do,
we
you
were
do that
kids.
all the time. I love Drake and Josh. I just didn't get to watch it every day.
Oh, we watched
Terrell,
that show
shoot
every
straight
day.
with me here. In a black household, how much Drake and Josh is going on?
Oh, it was a ton of Drake and Josh. We were big Nick household. Yeah.
Found a way.
Great opening song.
Keep going,
Yeah, dude.
That's not even his best song. I like Hollywood Girl. I know Angel has
he
a
loves
favorite.
Hollywood Girl. Yeah.
Speaking of artists that we all love, happy birthday, her.
Oh yeah,
27 years old.
Former
Beautiful.
high school classmate of my sisters. They went to the
Wow.
same
Oh, no
high
way.
school. Yep.
Happy birthday, Elon Musk.
Hey, I love Elon Musk. No matter
He's
what.
an alien, 100%.
I mean, I don't know if you guys were back yet. He lit up the sky in the valley. It looked like aliens, and they said
Wait,
it
that was him?
They said it was SpaceX.
yeah.
Yep.
Atta
Dude,
boy,
that
Elon.
was
I
insane.
walked at a Target. There's colored lights in the sky,
Yeah.
and a vehicle with just
Just
everybody in the parking lot was freaked
Just a
out.
streaming
I think he got
Tesla.
pulled over.
Everyone on our street was outside
Yep,
when
it
that
was
happened.
crazy.
It
Is
looked
he
insane.
the biggest celebrity in the world right now?
He's the real life
Well, I
Tony
mean,
Stark.
Kendrick Lamar.
He's Tony Stark.
No, stop.
He's bigger than Kendrick.
Stop. Kendrick Lamar is God right now. Okay.
What?
Angel, I don't
Sorry.
want to hear from you,
I don't want to hear
Angel.
from you. I don't want to hear from you. I want to hear from Terrell. Terrell, are you? Did the
Who won the beef?
We'll call it a beef very loosely because it wasn't a beef. It was cat scratching. But Kendrick Lamar, Drake, are you more or less impressed with either of them?
Oh, I'm very impressed with the pop out. I mean, that was insane. That's up there with the boat brawl from last year. I mean, that's as far as that's the
Was it the
Go ahead.
line when he said, "Are you my friend"? Was that the hard line that you
That's a
fell in love
diss
with?
on
No,
Drake.
I love no the camera cuts on a wop 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 wop. The camera cuts on that were insane. That's I run that back all the time. So it was great.
This might rival the Kardashian debate. We need to just let it go, to be honest, because
Y'all crazy.
got real tense in this room.
Y'all
Yeah.
crazy.
Happy birthday, Gabe. You're gonna like this one, Miss Kathy Bates.
Oh, that's Gabe.
Gabe's girl,
Girl, man.
75 years young, Kathy Bates.
Good for Kathy Bates.
I love that.
Good for
woman.
Gabe.
Yeah, and
Good for Gabe.
That's good.
just an American treasure.
That's
Kathy
good for
Bates.
us.
Happy birthday and rest in peace, Pat Morita.
Oh, Mr.
Mr.
Miyagi.
Miyagi.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he died in 2005.
Yeah, he's been gone
Seems
a
like
while.
just yesterday. Jeez. Happy birthday, Rob Deirdre. You guys Rob Deirdre?
Yes.
Oh my God! Yeah, Rob.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Ridiculousness is something we need to pattern our show after. We need to look at that and okay, we need to take a little element of this.
I thought you were gonna say we should pattern our show after Robin Big. That was a fantastic show.
Once we get
R.I.P. Robin Big.
once we get like a real studio,
Robin Big
Yep.
Studio was the first one to do the whole we're gonna just rent a big space.
Yep.
Fill it with a bunch of
That's
random
always been our plan if we ever got
Yep,
super
yep.
rich.
They were pioneers, but God, they would have dominated a social media age.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
shit. Them on a podcast.
Imagine
the
them on a
Robin
podcast
Big
show.
podcast.
Yeah, that'd be a great podcast idea.
Robin Big podcast would be fantastic. Happy birthday. This is a loaded list, guys. Happy birthday, Bradley Beal.
What's up, Beal?
I was a bigger fan a couple years ago.
Yeah, I thought when you were gonna be a
Yeah.
Laker.
Terrell, you're a big basketball guy. Bradley Beal, last couple years, arrow up, arrow down,
Oh, down.
way
Yeah,
down.
down.
I love Bradley
Yeah,
Beal.
way down.
Yeah, Gabe likes Bradley Beal.
I love Bradley Beal.
Do you?
He's a Packer fan.
Is he really?
He
Well, he played.
reposted my posts from a couple years ago.
Yep.
That
That's
went
all it
viral.
took.
That's all it took.
Gabe will follow him to the ends of the earth.
Gabe couldn't name 5 NBA players.
Can't.
One of them's Bradley Beal, though.
Bradley Beal.
Last
My
one
guy.
here for the Bronco fans. Happy birthday, 63 years old, John Elway.
Oh wow!
It's
awesome.
a huge
Big
birthday. day.
Governor of Denver, Colorado. He's just the face of the franchise still.
Hell of a GM.
Hell of a GM, hell of a man, hell of a quarterback. We love you,
I was being
John.
sarcastic. He's a terrible.
No, God. He's a Super Bowl.
I was like, oh,
You actually got me. I was like, what did he
hold
do?
Hold on. He's a Super Bowl winning GM. That's more than most GMs can say. So let's just cool it with the hate.
Did he draft Tebow? No, I'm not hating on the Tebow pick. But did he draft him?
I'm not gonna answer that one.
So yes.
Terrell, did he draft Tebow?
No. Tebow wasn't his guy. That's why he got paid Manning.
Oh, right.
That was Josh McDaniel.
That was a good move.
Tebow.
You know what?
Yeah.
If you go get Peyton Manning, then I think anything else is erased. You went and got Peyton Manning.
You got an MVP year out of Peyton Manning. You got a Super Bowl out of Peyton Manning.
I mean, they took him off the scrap heap,
Yep.
so it's not that. There wasn't exactly.
You got
teams
Von
lining
Miller.
up.
Von Miller was his first
Did
draft
he
pick.
draft Von Miller?
That was the first pick.
I
Yeah,
take
he
it all
drafted
back.
Von Miller.
I take it all back.
Okay, yeah.
Hell of a career, John Madden.
I'm never gonna disrespect John Elway.
We only have Terrell here for a couple more minutes. Let's finish this out here with. I want to do some takeaways from Europe, and I should give you a warning for this, but takeaways from Europe. Now, of course, me and Angel were gallivanting around different countries for the last couple of weeks. I had one thing to share. Can you come up with one thing?
A lot of things, yes.
Okay, I'll share mine. France gets a bad rap. Okay, all my life I heard the French smell. I heard they're just hair all over, men, women, and I heard they're very rude. They were the nicest people, and that was the greatest country.
I will back this. Well,
Except for the one Frenchman me and Angel almost threw off a boat.
fuck you, dude. I don't even know your fucking name.
Okay, I brought this up because I want to ask all three of you, were we being ugly Americans, okay?
Okay.
So there was a tour boat that went up and down this river, I forgot what it's called.
It's a big river.
In the middle of Paris that
Yeah.
you basically see all the monuments, right? Me, Angel, and my wife get in line early to get to the front of the boat because it's an elevated platform with no one sitting next to you. So unobstructed views of Paris, right? So we're up there, couple drinks. A couple drinks have been flowing.
It gets rolling.
Yep, couple beers.
Feeling good.
Couple whiskeys.
What? Yeah. It's getting good.
So we're going right, and people start coming up in front of us to be at the front of the boat to take pictures. Now we let them take a picture or two, and then we started getting frustrated and started asking people to leave.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty much everyone took it fine and left. One guy pushed back on Angel,
Yeah.
and he said, and I think because he was with his girl, and Angel asked him to leave, and he kind of bowed up a little bit.
Yeah. You got a little, yeah.
But French style, so it wasn't that scary.
Yeah, it was like a half bow.
Yeah.
It was
and-
more like artistic. Like that he was going like kind of like a little soft shoulder.
Yeah. He, in fact, he didn't even. What was the line he said? He said, "So, anyways."
So in his accent, his little stupid accent.
That set me off.
Yeah.
But before we knew it, me and Angel were both like standing. Were we standing?
We were bouncing the front of the boat. We were the bouncers. Yeah, it was pretty.
just full on confronting him as he's just like kind of saying stuff as he's walking away with his girl. Yes or no? Were we being ugly Americans?
So were you sitting and he stood right in front of you?
Yeah. So the
No,
first,
no.
the front of the boat is just like it's like a stool. So you sit there.
Right.
He was standing there with his girl, like, oh, this is this building. This is like obviously stupid. She sees it's the fucking building. No, but like. And like everyone behind us, like 5 rows of all of us sitting and him standing. He's like 6'2".
No.
Okay, be honest. So, did you politely ask him though? Because if you were sarcastic toward him, then he does have the right to be sarcastic back to you.
I'd say the first time.
Sternly.
It was straightforward. It
was
wasn't
like,
like, hey, please move.
Yeah, I want
We were representing America.
Yeah, we're trying to represent the red, white, and blue. So no, it wasn't a little bitch about it.
Okay, then yes, you were being obnoxious Americans.
Oh my God, Angel is the ugly American.
Yes, the ugly American.
You just answer your question.
Just answer your own question.
You bet your ass I am, baby.
This is the guy who could not have a 5-minute political conversation. Like straight up.
America's the best.
Let's take a quick break and then we're gonna get back to the news.
T. Higgins is in fact
Here we go.
signing his franchise tag.
Is this a last dance type thing for Higgins and the Bengals?
Both sides realize we're not going to get anything done this year. Best case scenario, you go win a Super Bowl with this team. After a team wins a Super Bowl, everybody gets paid. This is for future Cincinnati Bengals to deal with.
That's kind of what I'm saying, like a last dancing. Like, you know what?
Yep.
Let's just go win a chip and we'll deal with the nonsense in going into next year. So,
Jaguars have reached a deal with their star quarterback, Trevor Lawrence.
star?
Not our favorite quarterback on this show.
I wouldn't call him a star.
A 5-year extension worth $275 million.
We were told this is one of the best prospects to come out of college football
Ever.
since Andrew Luck. What exactly do you do that's worth $55 million a year?
So now he's getting paid purely on potential, future, what he could be.
The going rate for the quarterback spot right now is just in a ridiculous spot.
$55 million per year, tied for the highest paid quarterback in the league with Joe Burrow.
Goodness gracious.
This segment is brought to you by Dad Gang Hats. Dad Gang makes the highest quality hats in the apparel industry because they use premium materials, pay close attention to detail, and prioritize durability and comfort. With so many styles, colors, and designs, they absolutely have the right hat for you and the dad in your life. Use code BENCHED76826. That's BENCHD 76826 for 15% off your first purchase. Shop Dad Gang Hats. Quality hats for quality dads. All right, let's get into the news here. Big win for all of fandom. A jury in the U.S. District Court ruled Thursday that the NFL has violated antitrust laws in distributing out-of-market Sunday afternoon games on a premium subscription service and awarded more than $4.7 billion in damages to the public who purchased those services.
Hell yeah.
Basically, the NFL screwed us for a couple years, and America finally stood up for your boy.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Honestly, if this never came out, we would have just moved on because we just love upsell some Sunday tickets.
We always take a segment because they'll do something crazy every year. We'll take a segment to complain about it, and we'll always finish that segment with, "But we're gonna buy it."
Yeah, we're gonna buy it. Either way, they have us. But $4.7 billion.
I mean, think of all the NFL fans.
That's probably not a lot if you spread it out to how
So
many people.
I did the math. They released a number. It was like 2 point something million. It's about $1,700 per person if that's how they're going to distribute it.
Hope I'm on that list.
That's a little.
Yeah, it's a nice little paycheck.
A little stimulus check for us.
I'm hoping to. Hopefully, in the coming days, they'll release some details. Like,
Yeah, I really want to
gets
find out
it?
if I was on that.
We're just gonna reinvest it back into Sunday tickets.
We'll pay for this year's Sunday.
it's so great, so I can buy Sunday ticket.
Give me that money.
We're gonna turn it back.
Okay, there you go.
Did you
Right
guys get
back
that
to you.
email? I got an email about it's about to renew. It's
Yep,
like $400
yep.
some dollars.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
$100 a month,
Yeah. The price went up because that's how they do it.
and we're gonna pay it.
Yep, and we're there, baby.
Yeah, so we're watching football, and so will apparently Japan, and they've been practicing. They've been watching, they've been practicing, they've been paying those fees, no problem, and they may have caught up to us, boys.
This is
Japan may have caught America on the gridiron.
it's horrifying.
The U.S. national football team, they just tackle football.
Yeah.
Lost to the national Japan football team. It says today, this a couple days ago, Japan not only won, completely dominated 41-20. There's only been 12 NFL players ever born in Japan. Fun fact, RG3 was one of them. Japan beat America at the American sport.
What
the predominant American sport. Thoughts?
Let me start. What the fuck? This is our freaking Japanese.
I need more than that from you. Andy.
We got to get back. We got to do a rematch. We have to do something because this shouldn't happen. This is like someone doing Disneyland better than this. This is like someone doing. This is fucked up. I hate that it was Japan because I didn't know that they were good at football. It's like a random country being good at football.
I don't know if you've seen the highlights. There's some dogs. There's some
Yeah.
dogs.
They got some. Who's on our team?
Yeah, I was gonna say who played? Who played for
Who
us?
just disrespected and
Not the right guys.
Yeah, who
I
was on
saw poor tackling. I saw poor situational awareness.
Yep.
I saw terrible angles in the open field.
I
And
don't
I
know.
saw no heart
yeah. Where was
in election year.
who was this?
That's why I'm not tripping. Like the names are a bunch of no-name guys. So
Yeah, let's
to
get-
really
let's
represent
get some
America.
players out there.
Let's put our best out there. See how good they do.
But why weren't our best out there? Like that's my question.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
think
I
it's a
fully
$20
agree.
and under deal. But even that.
Oh wow, it's just
Wait,
like
wait, 20 and under.
I think it is. I don't
it's the
think
R. Kelly League.
I don't think you're gonna put Calais Campbell out here. What did you say?
Just move on, man.
I don't
Just
think you're
move
gonna put
on.
like Calais. I think it's the Young Bucks. But even that, like, get Travis Hunter out there,
Or just get
Yeah.
some college guys,
Yeah,
top
get some-
prospects.
yep.
Get
go
them
get
all
the
out
young
there.
Manning kid, put him out there.
Put them out there. See what you
Go
can do.
represent-
Well, we do have the power of the internet. Do we actually know who these people are? Like,
Yeah, maybe I could look that up for us.
Yep. Here's what I do know: the alumni of the people who have played in this American program is extensive. Jordan Poyer has played in this team before.
that's good.
I think AJ Hawk played in this team before.
All
Like
right.
real NFL players that come to this program. So it's a legit program. We just got our asses handed to us.
Yeah.
By Japan.
41-20. That's pretty solid whooping.
I
mean,
saw a play of their running back literally running right up the middle and just
No
took
one's-
on like 4 or 5 hits and just kept trucking.
no one's trying to fill the gap, boys. No one's trying to.
No one's wrapping up. No squaring up.
What the
nothing.
hell, man?
It was a terrible representation of American football.
So I'm looking at the roster, and it's like there was a 16-year-old quarterback on this team, some 17-year-olds.
What's his name?
16-year-old Michael Gow.
Come on, Michael. God,
I need more, Mike.
Mike, we need more for you, dude. You
I
lost to
need more.
Japan.
Also, why is Bill Belichick not coaching this team?
Or Saban's retired. Get his old ass out there to
Both of
coach
them.
him up.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Dual defensive coordinators.
Dual head coach, defense coordinators, faces of the franchise.
You know what's hilarious? We're so passionate about this. We didn't even know when they were playing.
No, we
we didn't even know there was a
Nah,
Team
I-
USA.
I just saw the lowlights and was like, oh, come on, guys.
Yeah, it was just.
This is
It's hard. It's a tough pill to swallow. I don't want to run into any Japanese guys out in the streets today.
I will.
Because they have plenty to say.
We're gonna do a 40-yard dash for first guy I see. First Japanese guy.
You know you wouldn't win a single 40-yard dash. With
Depends on the Japanese guy.
I feel like the Japanese are decent athletes.
I mean, probably. Damn it. We'll get you back, Japan.
Yeah, we're coming.
Olympics, baby.
We're coming for you.
Yeah.
Odunze, in other news, could be the Bears' primary punt returner 2024. We've seen a couple of these stories now where the kickoff rules changed dramatically. They're giving returners a real shot. We saw the Packers went and signed someone, Nixon, right? We saw Justin Fields' name floated out there. I think teams are starting to realize this is going to be a real advantage if you can have a dude back there.
Did you see Madden did that?
Yep.
On the trailer.
the trailer.
They have Justin Fields returning kicks.
I doubt Justin Fields signed off on that or liked it.
Yeah, he's saying I'm not returning no kicks for you.
I'm
guys."
excited for this. I'm excited for there's going to be some real
changes.
game swings.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if say this stays in for about 20 years and some random guy becomes the best returner of all time. Is it more impressive that he did it or that Devin Hester and Cordell
Well,
Patterson
it's
did
a
it?
part of the new game, though. Like if he does
Yeah.
it with the new game, then yes, it is something to be proud of.
Yeah, but it's not it won't be as impressive.
Yeah,
as those guys, I don't think.
is it as impressive as
Yeah. No.
a 100-yard field, people running 80 yards to
But
get
I think we're gonna get a whole batch because remember in those days we had a whole batch of stars: Dante Hall, Devin Hester,
Yeah.
Cordell Patterson before he came an amazing running back.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get a whole new set of stars now, guys who have that specialty who are going to make a name for themselves on the teams. Here's my question for you guys: who is the biggest star that you're comfortable with on your team returning kicks?
For me, it's easy.
Who is it? It's Nixon.
Yeah, it's Nixon.
Who's the most
about to-
comfortable Bronco that you have?
Well, Denzel Mims was a Pro Bowler last year as a returner, so
Ooh.
Denzel Mims.
It's a great pool. AJ, we're both Eagle fans.
Yeah, that's tough. Like in a perfect, I don't know.
I'm not putting Devonta Smith back there. He's too
No,
little.
yeah, that was the first guy that came to my
AJ
head.
Brown's too expensive.
Oh,
I'm not having 32 mil returning kicks.
I put AJ Brown out there if I were you guys.
No.
You guys don't have a speeder, huh? A little.
we
Hell,
don't
put
have-
Saquon back there.
Sheesh,
We're paying him enough. It's only, probably only going to play for 2 years anyway.
It's tough. Eagles have
Julian. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, I'm realizing we don't have a ringer.
You don't have.
We don't have a guy.
Well, can one of your rookies do it? You guys draft
Yeah.
draft a wideout?
That's
Cooper DeJean. Go.
I
put him
was gonna
back
say
there.
Cooper DeJean might
That's true.
be. Yeah, he's an
That's true.
incredible athlete.
Yeah, just put him back there.
Yeah.
Julian Edelman was talking about the changes this might be, where it's you're not necessarily looking for speed, looking for guys that could break, like a shed blocks.
AJ Brown.
So you're talking about more linebackers that might be on the special teams now. So a guy like AJ Brown actually could probably do well if that is the
See,
case.
I don't want AJ Brown out there with a bunch of linebackers. I don't need that.
But I'm saying, I think AJ Brown is definitely fast enough where he could probably outrun a lot.
maybe
And a lot of those linebackers too are guys that are trying to make the team still. They're depth.
Here's the
4 or
question
5
I'm
guys.
asking though: is the juice worth the squeeze? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe,
right.
maybe in the playoffs when it's got to get this has to get some good yardage. Put AJ Brown. Put Tyreek Hill.
Week
put those
6,
guys.
I don't need AJ Brown returning kicks.
Week 6.
And that'll be interesting for some situational guys you have back there.
Yeah.
You need some points or you need good field position late in the
Are
game.
we going to get some intentional walks where hey, homeboy is too dangerous. Just take the penalty, kick it into the end zone.
Yep.
I think we're going to get some of that.
And the rule is to get the penalty is at the 25-yard line, or what is it? What's
It's the 30.
a 30-yard line?
I feel like some teams are going to take that.
That's so dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Think about it. In the playoffs, think about you're up by 6 against the Dolphins, right? And Tyreek Hill's you're not gonna give it to Tyreek Hill with that kind of start.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. This is going to change the game, and I'm excited for it. All right, our next story is honestly just a troll job I needed to put up for Angel. Denver Broncos quarterback Zach Wilson. They released his team picture, and it's just hilarious. I mean, first of all, it's Dash from Incredibles.
Yeah.
That's 100%. But I mean, what a nut punch. That this is a guy seriously competing for the number 1 quarterback role. Angel, your thoughts? Zach Wilson, Broncos quarterback.
I fucking hate it.
I was honestly kind of for it until I saw this picture, and I thought,
I think I just don't want to see his face. I think if I see number 2 or number 4, Zach Wilson going out there, or Wilson going out there on Sundays, okay, that's he's a backup quarterback, whatever. I see his freaking face and his stupid hair.
yeah, this isn't fair, but it's this face
On the right.
on the right. That's the face I don't need to see. That's fine. Cut to regular. It's this face because that's his game face.
Yeah, that's I'm about to go throw for 187 yards and 4 picks. that's what that is. God, I hope he doesn't play.
God, we need Bo Nix.
Sean Payton, please do the right thing.
We need Bo Nix.
Cut him.
What? Oh, yeah.
Cut him right now.
Based on this picture alone.
Just say you're cutting. Just roll a picture of this across the desk.
Let's move on here. Brandon Aiyuk, right? He's been in the news all offseason, and the drama continues. Tom Pelissero reporting that Brandon Aiyuk and the Niners reportedly had a quote-unquote good meeting.
Good meeting.
There are currently no plans to trade him at this time.
That's how I take it. Like, hey man, how's the meeting? It was good.
Yeah, this is
yeah.
this is either just some bull that they're feeding us, or some guy in the PR room thinking like, I know how to spin this.
It was good.
Release this.
Guys,
We had a good meeting.
Good meeting.
Listen, it's not a good meeting unless a contract was signed.
Right.
Or a trade. Like, this is nothing.
Yeah,
You're
'cause-
reporting they had a meeting. We established that, we're still very far apart. He wants $30 million. Niners don't want to go above 26. That's been the problem the entire time. It wasn't a good meeting.
That's just them trying to spin it. Like, this would have been great if we would just ended a good meeting. But then you're like, yeah, both sides have decided that nothing has been solved. So not a good meeting. Stupid idiot.
So everything's
them,
okay.
Everything's fine. We're all good. Good meeting.
But he didn't cuss. He didn't cuss.
He wasn't mad.
He wasn't mad.
He wasn't mad for a little bit of the time.
But not the ending.
He obviously wants to play for the Commanders. Not sure why, but that's where he wants to go.
Yeah.
Commanders.
He wants to play with this boy, who I guess he played with at Arizona State.
Yeah.
God,
Jane.
Jane Daniels.
Jane Daniels.
Daniels.
Number two
Number 2 overall pick.
in the draft. That would be fun to see.
Yeah.
What is not fun to see is this story. Here we are in the end of June, heading into July, a couple weeks away from training camp, and Brandon Aiyuk hasn't been to OTAs. We haven't seen. I would need to see this man on the field, just trade him. You drafted a guy who, listen, you took him in the first, so that's on you.
And you keep talking about how in love with him you
How
are.
great he is,
So
the
awesome.
kind of route runner he is.
He's so cool.
Pay Aiyuk or trade him. Stop. You're doing a Cowboys thing here.
Yeah, I don't know
Make
what
a
the
move.
what the end game is here. Like, let's just get them mad and just see what happens. What do you the Niners have been, for all that, they've done a really good job with every other thing besides this kind of stuff. Trey Lance, they messed it up. They do this stuff weird where they're like, I don't know what they're like. They're like, we're gonna be like committed. We're committed to being uncommitted to him.
Yeah, we're not in the room, so I guess we can only speculate. But speculating, we've seen this play out a couple times now.
Yeah.
There's a pattern here
Yeah.
where they dig in, they don't do anything, they feed us lines like this,
Yeah.
and then they make a move that's terrible for the franchise.
Yep.
The Trey Lance move was terrible for the franchise.
Yep.
You took him, it was a bad pick, that's fine, I can live with that. But then you just compounded it by refusing to move off from him for anything but your price.
Yep.
I saw a report that they're trying to sign him like he's a wide receiver 2, but they're shopping him like he's a wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you guys are just
You're just being jerks.
you're just being bad GMs. Like, not even like, I'm so sick of this.
Yeah, send him to Washington. Just let him go. You guys probably get a first-round pick back for him.
Yeah.
A Washington Commanders first-round pick, or even a second-round pick from them. It's still a decent pick. And then you get that problem solved. You already drafted a first-round wideout set. You kind of have already filled that role, and you just move on. You just get younger, and you know, that's just...
With the new CBA, it's much harder to sit out. Like, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Brandon Aiyuk, I guess, is going to show up eventually. But what you can do in the new CBA, what we saw kind of as the CBA kind of took care of, for the most part, holdouts, then we saw the hold in.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up and I have a migraine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Show up
Because
like
that's
my-
where this is headed.
Yeah, oh yeah. Show up like, my ankle is killing me. I'm going to sit my ass down. That's what he's going to do. Ankle injury.
They could technically control him for 3 more years. I don't want to see 3 years of that.
No, I don't want to see this, like, because he's, one, in fantasy, I don't know where the hell to draft him now because you don't know if he's playing or not. And two, if you're a Niners fan, you're like, is this guy playing for it? Because we're in a Super Bowl window here.
Yeah.
Like, we're in this time where we're not paying Brock Purdy anything. We need to cap us on our great roster, and this is just a big distraction.
We'll see how that goes. Let's move on here. I have some odds, boys, for the most wins and the fewest wins released. I think this is like Vegas odds. But anyway, I have the top 10 on each list. You see it there on the screen and behind us. Let's talk about first the most wins odds. I have a couple questions for you. Let's do this one first. Looking at this list, who is too high on this list for your comfort? A bet you would not be comfortable with. I'll get us started. For me, it is the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think there's a chance in hell they're leading the league in wins. That's not a bet I want. Maybe I'm being too paranoid, but I'm really scared of a disaster season on the horizon here. I guess they did sign Higgins. That's going to bring some stability there. Higgins showed up to camp. You're going to have your receivers going, but there's still Hendrickson. You still have to have Burrow stay healthy. This is a real thing for him now. I don't think they're someone who I would bet on to have the most wins.
No, and their division. They have the Ravens, they have the Browns, who are good with any
that too.
quarterback, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're big fans of them this year. That's just a tough. Like, I know last year the Ravens did it, but also that whole division was banged up last year. I don't see the Bengals being like, we're the best team in this division, and not only the best team in this division, the most wins in the whole NFL. Like, let's just chill. Yeah, that's a lot.
Who's yours? Too high on the list.
The hype is. I understand the hype. It's very exciting for Atlanta Falcons fans.
Yeah.
The Falcons. Why are you on this list? Like, look, listen. I understand. You got Kirk Cousins drafted a quarterback. You got all these young stars are waiting to blossom, but the best record in the league. Fuck that. No way, dude. They're not,
Well, to be fair, they're sixth on the list.
but still to be on the list, they're above the Dolphins, the Eagles, the Eagles, and the Jets and the Bills. I'll take them 10 times out of 10 over this Falcons team this year.
The Bills?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Huh.
What?
I know a certain top 10 list that didn't have the Bills in the top 10, so it's surprising me.
Well, neither were the Falcons, and I had the Bills over the.
I'm
Falcons.
not talking about yours. I'm talking about the
Oh, thank God.
I'm talking about mine.
I was like, that. Yeah. No, but
guys.
Falcons are just.
Falcons. What teams below them would you have ahead of them?
All those
teams.
teams.
Every
All
team,
of them.
Every team on this.
I was
list
thinking
is
like for the
above
Falcons because like that's actually the team I was going to pick. Like if the Falcons reach 10 games this year, that's a mega win for them.
Yeah.
10 games. Like be happy with 10 games.
I'm not against. I think I probably the Dolphins below them, but other than that, yeah, I think I'm with you.
Falcons are.
The Dolphins can win a lot of regular season games. The Eagles definitely can't. Jets.
See, the Dolphins was the first team that popped out at me on this list, but that's because I didn't see the Falcons yet. Then I saw the Falcon. I'm like, no, dude.
I don't know, man. The Dolphins lost a lot.
Yeah, if Dolphins are playing the bad division, they're gonna lead the league in wins. If they're playing anyone who's good, they're gonna. That's how they were last year. Anyone who was of value, they lost.
I think they're gonna be worse than last year because they did restock. I think impressively, but they got much older across the board because they got much cheaper. They lost their best player on defense. They lost Vic Fangio. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like I think the Dolphins are. They might be my new pick. Actually, I might switch over to the Dolphins.
And my favorite, I don't know if we're doing that.
Yeah, sure.
The Lions. God, I love the Lions this year. I know the Packers are going to be good
That'd be
this
your
year.
best bet. You
My
take
best
them
bet, yeah.
plus 800.
The Lions, I love the Lions this year. I think they're a good team that got better because they realized their weaknesses this year or last year. They addressed it. Cornerback, they addressed it. Offensive line, guards. Jonah Jackson left. They got Zettler from the Ravens there. They got a bunch of corners now, and they signed Jared Goff. This whole core of this team just got better. This is that'd be my pick. Like if I weren't picking obviously the Chiefs, who are everyone's favorite, it'd be the Lions number 2 for me for sure.
Did you guys? Sorry, we moved on before you guys had one. Did you guys have someone who's too high on the list for most wins?
No, like I said, it was the Falcons.
I was stuck on the Falcons.
Yeah.
Too. Like
Then what Angel was saying, best bet. So what bet here do you like? Angel likes Lions at plus 800. Yeah. Fourth on the list. That's good money.
See, and the easy pick is the Chiefs, but Super Bowl hangover's real. We've seen the Chiefs wait to turn it on until they need to. I'm not picking the Chiefs here to win the most.
No.
But I hate to piggyback, but I think I'd like the Lions. They've had something to prove every year. They've improved for the last 3 years every year. Where else do they have to go this year? It's being the best team in the whole freaking league.
Yeah.
And they were close to beating the Niners in Santa Clara, and they just got better. That team just got better and mainly stayed intact.
Speaking of recent success, my pick is, if you like the Lions at plus 800, I love the Eagles at plus 1,400.
Good pick.
Like the Eagles were literally 2 years ago the best team in the NFC.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
They were winning games where like at the end in the fourth quarter they just took out all their starters. That's how dominant they were.
Halfway through last season, we're the best
team in the league.
In the league. So to get them at plus 1,400, a team that's been that successful, I don't have in front of me the record in the last 2 years, but I guarantee it's in the top 3 in the league.
Oh yeah.
Like they've won that many games. They've been really good in the regular season. Sirianni, I'm sure, has had one of the best starts as a head coach as far as win losses in the regular season. To get them 7th on this list, I'll give me that all day. Plus 1,400.
Yeah, this list obviously has been affected by recency bias. The Falcons being on there, being above the Eagles. So yeah, that's Eagles. Just a couple years ago, they were like, this team has no weaknesses, and they didn't really change much. I know Kelsey left, which is a big deal, and Fletcher
Last
Cox.
year was like that,
but they've restocked everything that they've lost. It's
AJ, we got
2022 Eagles were 14-3 last year with the collapse, still 11-6. They've lost less than 10 games in the last 2 years total.
Yeah.
Plus 1,400, the best. I mean, obviously they're not favorites for a reason, but to get those kind of odds on that bet, give me that money all
Yeah,
day.
Gabe, you're betting Pack Attack. I don't know where they are on this list, but
Okay, let's go to the Pack Attack
I'm
real
not
quick.
betting on them,
because
though.
the next question is what team belongs on this list. I don't know how the Packers are on the most wins odds list. I don't think they're going to do it, but I'd put the Packers above the Jets.
ooh, that's fun.
For sure above the Dolphins, probably above the Falcons, 100% above the Bengals even. I mean, we'll see. But I think the Packers belong on this list.
I'll tell you somebody else who belongs on this list. I'd put above the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Falcons. Now, they're not on my list because overall, I didn't see them as one of the top 10 teams.
Yeah.
They were featured on Gabe's list, the Dallas Cowboys. Always a fantastic
true.
regular season game.
That's true.
How are the Bills,
Well,
the
they
Jets,
Lost, they lost 3 games last year.
like the Dolphins and the Falcons above the Cowboys for the best record in the league?
There's like better bets that aren't even on this list right here. Like you were talking about the Eagles. The Eagles, that was a great point you had. I think the Bengals, best case scenario, can definitely be there too. But
Hell no.
but like the Cowboys aren't on there. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about a great regular season team. My
Year
Packers
after
aren't on
year.
there. Like
Ainge, you got a team that should be on the list?
even maybe the Texans.
Ooh, Angels boys.
I'll just say Cowboys, but not, I'll say Texans. Texans are like the sexy team. They should be where the Falcons are, to be honest. That would
Right.
be like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
that kind of makes sense.
We kind of already covered this, but worst bet on the list, I think it's Dolphins plus 1,400 to have the bet. Like, that's a terrible bet.
Yeah.
Like, that's a bet. That's a team here I'm not going to go put money on. Like, yeah, give me Dolphins for
No,
the
I'm
best
not
record in
taking.
the league.
I'm not taking Tua.
Like, not
Nah,
a chance.
nah,
Let's
fuck
move
you,
over to
Tua.
this next list. The fewest wins odds
Oh my
list.
God.
Let's do the same questions here.
Oh.
Who is too high on this list and is going to be more successful than people are saying? I'm going to start. Might surprise you. I think the Panthers are too high on this list. I think they're dramatically improved. I don't think they're going to be one of those teams that's a bottom barrel team anymore. Like, I don't think they're picking in the top 5. What do you think?
Angel made this call.
I'm
This is Angel's
I
call.
don't
right
know
here.
where this came from, but I'm kind of on. They're gonna be a lot better than people think this year. Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
They redid. I know the owner's still a fucking moron, but besides that, they had a bad offensive line. They put money towards it, and they fixed it on paper. They got Deontay Johnson, another weapon for Bryce Young. David Canales, new head coach, is a not guru, but very good quarterbacks. He helped Baker Mayfield turn his career around. Geno Smith. Yeah, I think this arrow's up for them, and I think they're
I think
way too high.
they're too high.
Yeah,
honestly.
way too high.
You guys have anyone else you think?
Now, hear me out. I think the Vikings really don't deserve to be on this list at all.
Oh, wow.
I think the Vikings, honestly, great head coach, great at scheming guys open. Too many weapons there to be a bottom of the barrel team.
Yeah.
Way too many weapons there.
Fair point.
I mean, what we got like 10 teams up there. There's no way if the Vikings, and I know it's easier said than done, but if they can get the quarterback spot right, the Vikings, even in that division, they could probably snag 9 wins at the most, maybe 10.
I mean, they're winning games with Josh Dobbs last year. I mean,
Well, I mean, the head coach. Well, I'm blanking on his name. What's the head coach?
O'Connell.
Kevin
Oh,
O'Connell.
yeah,
O'Connell.
great head coach.
Yeah, he proved a lot last year that he could kind of win with a lot of.
Even
quarterbacks.
after Cousins went down, they went and got they got
yeah.
him. They made him work. He has a young rookie now that he actually got. That's
and
his
then
boy.
Let's not sleep on Sam Darnold being there. And
Yeah,
nice
you got,
system
you got
quarterback.
Sam Darnold as well.
Yeah.
I mean, and Justin Jefferson, he's the best in the league. He's the best. You got Aaron Jones there. Now. Again, there's just too much talent there to be like, if the quarterback spot is just somewhat okay, they're definitely not on this list. They don't belong on this list.
Yeah.
I may be setting myself up to get my heart broken, but
Here we go.
I got high hopes for Sam Darnold. I think what I saw O'Connell do with Dobbs
Exactly.
and with the other trash they had at quarterback back last year. Darnold's talented. He's never been like
Bad.
he has arm talent as good as anyone in the league. I honestly believe that. He just it's between the ears, but I think O'Connell could fix that. Why not get a Geno Smith season out of Sam Darnold?
Yeah. And then J.J. McCarthy's still young enough to just wait a year. Let's see what we have.
Yep,
Yeah.
just step right in at
And
the
then
right
even
time.
if he's not, they're in a good situation to where, like, even if Darnold doesn't work out, you still have this very, very good rookie quarterback that who we think is good,
Who belongs on this list that's not on the list? I'll get started. How in the world the Saints aren't on this list for your fewest wins odds? I don't understand that. Someone in Vegas must be, I don't know.
Smoking.
Yeah, because the Saints very well might be the worst team in the league next year. Like, that would not surprise me.
Yeah, they're like they're in a weird spot. They're in cap hell. They have bad contracts. They have Derek Carr. What?
And they think they're going to win a Super
And
Bowl.
they're like, our Super window is open. Derek Carr's gonna take us to the promised land.
Thrilled that Derek Carr's in the room.
If they go sign Kamara here and give him an extension,
It's like you guys
it's just flower in the cap.
like you guys are just
Officially the worst offseason. Who thinks you have the best offseason I've ever seen?
yeah. It's Saints for sure need to be on there. We're just
Anyone else should be on the list?
I got one. Where's the Chargers?
The
How-
Chargers.
Not on this
How
list
do we have
because
this-
they're going to be pretty good.
But you've got the Steelers losing more games than the Chargers.
I'm not.
I mean,
Steelers.
Justin Herbert.
That's a good bet. Who do you have winning more games? Pittsburgh
Steelers or
Chargers?
Steelers.
You get the Steelers. Yeah.
They're in a rough division though.
Winning more games? It's tough. It's tough because
I think the Chargers are going to be good in the regular season, and it's just going to be exposed in the postseason. That's how I think this.
They made the playoffs?
They're making the postseason?
I think they have a shot at it.
Wow, that's
But
crazy.
listen, I think the Chargers, or okay, maybe they don't move to postseason. I'm just saying, I think they're going to be a better regular season because it's going to be a culture change. It's going to be a scheme change. That's going to be easy to win regular season type games. I just think it's not a for real contender type thing. But I'm not that surprised seeing the Chargers. I am surprised seeing the Steelers on here.
Yeah.
Because I think the Steelers are going to be
what's your
borderline playoff game.
what's your thoughts on the Broncos being third on this list for the?
It's a little low.
And what's your thoughts on
It's
the
a little
Broncos?
low. Let's bump them up. We saw that picture of Zach Wilson.
It's a pretty safe bet.
More wins, Broncos or Patriots.
Broncos or Panthers? Since you're since you're on that
There
train.
you go. Your-
My heart
Your
can't
two,
say
your
it.
two favorite teams.
My heart can't say it. I think they're both are good teams and quality people, and I'm just gonna. It's probably
You're the worst.
I am not. Honestly, they could have the same amount of wins and Broncos.
All right, let's. Who are you putting your money on this list? Like, what bet are you taking? I'll go first. I'm gonna bet on the Commanders here. I think there's. Listen. They got Austin Eckler, who sucked last year and is another year older.
Yeah,
They got Zach Ertz, who love him. Eagles.
forgot
Eagles
the
great.
guy, Zach
He's
Ertz,
so
yeah.
freaking old.
yeah.
Right. They got a bunch of guys, but this to me is like I could definitely see this team just tanking, especially if Jaden Daniels is not very good to start with. This
Yeah.
could easily be the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I see the Giants here though.
Yeah,
Giants,
yeah.
they got like a sore thumb.
Yep.
Daniel Jones, they lost their
You
only.
don't like the Jones Singletary combo?
They lost Saquon obviously. I know they got Brian Burns. They're
Wait. Who's he play for now?
Philadelphia Eagles. The Giants front seven's very good, but I don't see offensively where they're going to get their explosiveness
gonna be
or
so
their
bad.
points
Yeah.
or their. I don't see where who's your guy. I know they drafted Neighbors number 6 overall. I know they have, but I don't see who's going to jumpstart this thing to even make them an average offense.
If you're a Giants fan, whose jersey are you buying?
Well, at this point, you just buy Neighbors.
Neighbors.
Right? Hope for the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
You hope
And
for the
hope
best.
for the
Hasn't
best.
played a snap yet.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you're probably safe buying a Daniel Jones one. They're not going to get rid of him. They love him.
No, you're probably still buying Saquons. Actually, you're probably still just.
On that 50%.
I'm rocking my
I wish
Saquon.
we had the board up because immediately it came to mind is like, what week do we think it is that Malik Neighbors finally gets frustrated and pops off in a post game?
Or what
Week 4?
what week does Drew Lock step in and they try out Drew Lock? Because Daniel Jones, I don't know why the fuck they signed that guy long term. And Drew Lock is better than Daniel Jones.
I'm not there.
They're
yet.
both pretty bad.
Yeah, they
but
look
he's-
terrible.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like that's at a thousand. Yeah, it's I take the Giants there.
Who's your worst bet here? Like, no, I'm not taking them to have the worst record in the league.
Well-
I'm thinking the Raiders.
We talked about the Panthers. Okay, I would say the Titans.
I would say it's like those top. Wait, who? You said?
Titans.
Titans.
huh?
Titans are gonna be at least 500. That might be the worst. The like worst record.
I like the
Well, now-
Titans.
Yeah.
Pretty good record.
Yeah.
Well, not Will Levis.
Yeah.
He's got that dog in him.
I think the Raiders is a bad bet because they're not they're not going to tank it. Like Antonio Pierce will not let it happen.
They're good. They're kind of
Even though his wife did file for bankruptcy. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. Shout out to Mrs. Pierce.
Easy. Antonio watches the show.
I'm not trying to piss that man off, man.
But no, I can't see them tanking a season with Antonio Pierce. They brought in Wilkins, Max Crosby. There's not a chance that's the worst team in the league.
No, that's probably the best 1-2 defensive line in the league. So they still have Devontae Adams. I know they lost Josh Jacobs, but that's still a pretty decently built team.
That's a good comparison. No, who's gonna have a better record this year? The Raiders or the Titans?
Oh.
They're both kind of floating around 500 for me, but I would say the Raiders though.
They're both like dark horse.
Like sneaky
Division
good,
winners.
but not good. Yeah. Like you don't like you could be good, but not too good because you still have your quarterback. That's unproven on both sides. So, but I mean Wilkins and and Crosby. That's no one talks about that anymore because
Those guys could end games.
That's
Those guys
phenomenal.
honestly
Fun to
end
watch.
they
games
could
right there.
they could just stop offense.
Exactly.
Those two guys.
Exactly.
Crosby was doing it by himself for about 3 years, and then Wilkins comes in, one of the top 3 defensive linemen in the league. Yeah, that's a very good one too.
Raiders need a big stop to win the game, and then like in like 2-minute drill,
Oh,
those guys
that'd be
can end
fun.
it.
Think about exactly. Like, even like in division, I'm not saying that.
Okay, say a quick break, and then we're going to get back here with the players that we have that have the most to prove in the 2024-2025 season. Be right back.
This is the real Coach JB. It's a great day to have a great day on the Benched NFL podcast. Peace.
Okay, we're back, and we're going to talk a little bit about the players going on into this next season with the most to prove. We have a list in front of you that, thanks to Pro Football Focus, putting up there, they have Deshaun Watson as the player with the most to prove. I feel like he's been at the top of this list for a couple years now, so maybe we're just tired of it. Russell Wilson. No,
I think we know what he is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think a hot start from Russell Wilson is not changing our opinion of what he is.
Like he's still freaking weirdo.
He's had his career.
Although, did you guys see that picture of him? He's boxing now.
Yeah, that
with Manny's
oh,
boy.
Watch
What,
out.
what
That
is
should
that
help.
supposed to tell me?
I'm surprised he didn't have eye black on or something because he's such a dork.
Immediately, I thought of there's probably a list of people who are saying, I hope he starts fighting just random people because I want to be on that list. I'd pay for a Jake Paul, Russell Wilson fight.
What's with you and Jake Paul?
Is that not the first guy that's going to be on the list?
Yeah.
That's the guy who's doing that right now.
No.
Or Ryan Garcia.
No,
He's,
he'd knock his ass out. God, I'd love
he
to see
would.
that. Make that fight
That's
happen.
what I'm saying. Like,
oh, God, I want to see that.
we just want to see. Anyway,
It
back
could,
to the list here.
It couldn't happen for a year.
Calvin Ridley, definitely a lot of proof. That
Yep.
contract, 4 year, $84 million.
4 year,
That's a lot to prove to you.
92.
92 million, crazy. Daniel Jones,
Jeez.
we know what he is. I guess to the Giants. Giants are like, all right, this is the year.
Like, this could be this. We don't know what he is.
Jeff Okuda.
That's mine right there.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
You were
That's
on
a deep pool. bro.
high-powered offensive team. All the expect. Do you remember when he actually was drafted?
Yeah.
He was like, dude,
I'm
this
so
guy-
impressed that you're pulling Jeff Okuda right now.
No, it would be a great time for him to step into that role. It's like this guy's one of the best cornerbacks in the league.
Stingley's number 2.
I would love it.
No, flashback to that draft. He was marked as the safest pick.
Yeah.
Because he was, he's so
Ohio
technically
State?
sound. Yeah, he's so technically sound. He's, whatever. And then now he's
All his mechanic, everything about. So if he could pop off now with having just like the offense on the other side of him, scoring 25
and you
plus
have
points. hey,
you have AJ Terrell on the other side. You're not gonna get. So he's taking the best guy. You're taking the
God, I
second
forgot
best
to
guy.
AJ Terrell.
Yeah, so like it's kind of a nice spot.
Derek
for him.
Stingley, though, is the top, right? Or is AJ Terrell
in
on the Texans?
no, Jeff Okuda is on the Falcons.
Oh, sorry. It has a Texans logo there. My bad.
Wait, I thought he was.
Oh my God,
I thought he was on
I'm
the
sorry.
Texans.
Last year he was on the.
Okay, I was like, what?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is-
Either way, that's pretty good. On the other side, you have
I did all
Derek
that studying for nothing.
on the right team.
It's like, never mind.
Never mind.
Jedrick Willis Jr., big AJ guy. AJ
That's my boy.
Yeah, he's.
Can I just say it? Yeah. Before the show, we were just all in our notes, and we just over the speaker. Who's Jedrick Willis Jr.?
Yeah, he's.
Oh, that's the name you were trying to say. Yeah.
no.
Has he been bad?
No, because so what happened was his rookie year, he was better than most people thought. So everyone thought, okay, everyone's up. He's about to become an all-pro.
Yeah.
He's never progressed past his rookie year. So it's always been like he has
Did
the
he
tools.
come in with Mayfield?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He
Yeah,
was
it's
he
his
was his
boy,
guy.
right?
Yeah. He was on all those commercials too with
Yeah.
Mayfield.
Oh,
yeah. And then
okay.
he just never
God,
like
those were
Those
great
commercials
commercials.
were
bring
great.
those back. And now that he's good again, the people
Yeah,
like him
yeah.
again. Bring him. He
His
was great.
Hulu has live sports commercials.
Honestly,
yeah.
you got to strike while the iron's hot because I don't know how long he's going to be good.
Well, he probably lost that deal. He probably like go back. Hey, I'm good again. I got paid.
Last on the list here is Bryce Young. I think he's going to be on a lot of our lists probably.
Yeah.
Lots of proof for Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Lots of proof for Dave Canales.
Yeah, I
Just
think-
a lot to prove there in Carolina.
Yeah. This list is pretty good. I mean, obviously headlined by Deshaun Watson because
Let's look at some names that aren't on this list. Angel, you want to get it started?
that aren't on this list.
Or not on this list? You want me to get started?
Yeah.
Okay, so my guy who I think has a lot to prove is my own guy. I think it's Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had that season where he was just tearing up the league, right? They paid him, and he's coming through. Great feeling as an Eagles fan. Last year, he was bad at the end of the year. He wasn't even great at the beginning of the year. They were winning games, but he wasn't that same Jalen Hurts. I think this year, once you get paid, you have a great year, you have a not so great year. I think this third year is a big swing in your public perception, and I think he needs to come out swinging. They got him Saquon. He has one of the best O-lines in the league. He has A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith locked up. Dallas Goedert's still there. I mean, this is the year you got to do it. So for me, it's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is interesting because you saw what he could be when he's peak.
Yeah.
And then what happened was last year, I don't know. It's so funny when you hear Eagles players talk about last year, they still don't know what happened. It's just like this mystery, like unsolved mystery. No one knows what happened last year. No, Jalen Hurts, he's very easy to be the MVP just in a second. And I think he's kind of fallen off because of new quarterbacks and all this stuff. But like we used to talk about him the way we talked about CJ Stroud this year. He was the same category. Right? He's like the future of the NFL.
Went to the Super Bowl. Went toe to toe with Mahomes in the Super Bowl,
and he played very well in that Super Bowl too. Yeah, that's a great one.
Honestly, I'll tell you what happened last year.
Here we go.
We had no. This isn't some big passionate argument. This is from somebody who watched every second of every Philadelphia Eagles game last year. We started off 10-1, barely winning those 10 games. Those 10 wins were so tough to come by because we had some of the worst offensive play calling I have ever seen as an NFL fan.
Yeah,
we skirted by. So they kept saying, "Oh, well, when are the Eagles going to turn it on?" That was never going to happen last year with some of the moronic play calling that I saw last season.
Yeah, so if you remember, they brought an in-house offensive coordinator to replace Shane Steichen, who was obviously a very good coach, went on and is killing it with the Colts now. They replaced him with in-house Brian Johnson. Quarterback coach who was new even to that position, now the OC, and he just looked in over his head.
Yeah.
They led the league in the fewest amount of motions. It was an easy defense for teams to read. There was no one really open ever. Like the routes weren't very conducive to like
third and long screen plays.
Yeah.
What's our third string running back's name again?
Boston Scott getting some
Not
action.
him. The other guy who they started off the season saying he's going to be the number one guy.
Yeah.
I forget
Kenny
his name.
Gainwell.
Yep.
Gainwell's.
Yeah, I would blame it a little bit on the play calling, but either way, I need Jalen Hurts. You got Kellen Moore, who has been a good coordinator in the past, but I just need you to prove you're one of the best quarterbacks in the league for my own sanity as a fan.
Yeah.
You guys got anyone else?
Yeah, I got one, and it's the guy who was the star of last offseason, who was Gabe's former best friend, BFF.
Oh, yeah.
He's still my BFF.
Mr. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, we've waited for this Jets team to be good for 2 years.
Yeah.
They've got all the tools, on paper. They're a great defense. They have all the offensive weapons now. Garrett Wilson, Bryce Hall, all these kind of guys. And are you still good? Because we don't even know when you got traded if you were still good. Because it's just such a weird 2-year career or 2-year time within Aaron Rodgers' career. Like you don't know whether. And then he's 39 now. He's coming off an Achilles injury. You don't know if he rushed that or not. That's the biggest And then now all the hype from the Jets is gone, but still, Rodgers being a competitor that he wants to prove that he still got it, and the Jets fans have been waiting for him for so long. He's the most. I think for him and for his own sanity, he needs to prove that he's still good, that he can still be mentioned in the top tier of quarterbacks. Because no one talks about him anymore. Like no one talks about Aaron Rodgers being the best quarterback in the league anymore because he's old. Whatever. But he's just interesting. It's an interesting career path for him. Any of his career.
AJ.
Angel, I like that one. I didn't even think of that one. And just to add to that, fair or not fair, you talk about aged quarterbacks who are at one point one of the best in the league. He's gonna have that comparison to Tom Brady. Yeah. What did Tom do at this age? What did Tom do at 39? He's winning a Super Bowl at 39. Yeah. So I like that one. It's very interesting to see what Aaron Rodgers can do this year. For me, and not on purpose, I guess this is the quarterback list. I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. Oof. I mean, when did Josh Allen take his leap? It was when Stephon Diggs came to town. Yeah. Stephon Diggs is gone. They've gutted their offensive core as far as weapons. Can Josh Allen? Can he still be that guy? Can he still be in that tier of one of a top 3 quarterback in the league?
Yeah, Josh Allen. This is an interesting part because now you'll see because most of these quarterbacks like Tom Brady toward the end when he got to be good and Peyton Manning, they just made anyone around him good. That's what good quarterbacks do. They make anyone who's around me, you're gonna be good now because you're playing with me. Josh Allen, we don't even know who his number one wideout is. Maybe it's Dalton Kincaid taking your tight end, or maybe it's one of these wideouts. It's a very good. Yeah, that's Josh Allen. Lots to prove still, and especially now.
The Bills are interesting because I think for the first of any of these quarterbacks in his class, the Burrows, the Mahomes, all those guys, this is the first time one of these guys is going through a new iteration of their team.
Yeah.
Right. Because now the Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen kind of hero ball Bills is over. Yeah. We're not going to see it anymore. We saw it last year. Yeah. This is the Dorsey.
No.
I always get it mixed up.
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady. This is the Joe Brady, Josh Allen tandem that I think is going to look a lot like the Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes style offense, where we saw the leading receiver last year, Khalil Shakur.
Yeah.
You saw James Cook.
James Cook
have a career year last year. They're talking about putting more on his shoulders this year. I think this is the new version of the Bills, and I'm excited to watch it. I think it's going to be a more sustainable and more consistent. A lot of times those Bills games, it was like if Josh wasn't throwing for 4 touchdowns, they didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be different this time. I think they're going to rely on different people. I'm excited about Curtis Samuel, especially because we did last time. He was in a Joe Brady offense. I'm excited about them spreading the wealth a little bit and backing up from the hero ball. It was so much to put on Josh Allen's shoulders. I like it now. They're going to spread it out a little bit.
Yeah. Also, we can see maybe a more sophisticated, like you're saying. Maybe it's more like deep, more nuanced, more taking your shots when you can. And Josh Allen, don't go for first down. Don't lower your shoulder for every play. Just
we saw him check down consistency last year.
That's how
never saw
That's how you make Josh Allen last for 12 years rather than 8 years.
And that's been you guys on our show. That's been the biggest criticism that I've heard from you guys about Josh Allen. Like, is he going to last?
Yeah.
This offense, I think it's much more likely.
Yeah.
You guys something?
No. Gabe, you got to play.
Yeah, I have one. I'll stay on the same boat too. Joe Burrow. Not so much of his talent, but if he gets hurt again this year, if he gets hurt again this year and he's out for a significant amount of time, again, the talent's there, the receivers are there, the fan base is behind him, he's been paid. You get hurt again, there's more film, there's more non-film of you than there actually is film of you playing. And that, I mean, again, we've said a couple times on the show, if you don't factor that in at this point, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to factor that in for him now.
Yeah, a couple years ago, we were like, is Burrow the best quarterback in the league above Mahomes, above Josh Allen, above Aaron Rodgers? Now you're like, you just going to be healthy?
I was just thinking, if he gets Josh Allen type, like as far as like the playing time that Josh Allen has, Burrow's probably the best in the league.
He's probably already got, obviously this is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
He's probably already maybe went back to the Super Bowl or maybe, won one.
Probably,
we don't know.
He probably has one.
It's all speculation. But yeah, Burrow, what I love about Burrow is that he's 3-1 against the Chiefs. That's why that's why you like Burrow, because he could beat the Chiefs, which are the top of the that's the top of the food chain right now. And Burrow, that's a good one. Burrow has a lot to prove.
Burrow's interesting because I think the Bengals have put themselves in such a win now scenario.
Yeah.
Like with the T. Higgins move, it's a little underrated how risky that is. Because the market for a top end receiver right now is sometimes multiple first. Yeah. So they are passing on that for a chance at a Super Bowl this year. That is all in as you can get, I think, as an organization, because some teams are more like, let's build sustainable. They're saying, no, let's go right now. We're not going to trade Higgins. We're going to keep him in-house. No. We're going to go for it this year. And I think a lot of it rests on Burrow. A lot of it rests on his health. I think that's the most important thing to the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they need to figure out this thing with Trey Hendrickson, their best player on defense. Yeah. And I think Burrow's a great pick. My second and my last pick here is Gabe's boy Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love has a lot to prove. Let's not forget, to start the season last year, they were 3-6. Mm-hmm. 3-6. They were not good. There was a lot of calls for Jordan Love to be benched. We weren't all high on Jordan Love how we finished the season. He finished the season well. I don't think he played extremely well in the playoffs, especially that last game. But I think it's still a small sample size. Like, after 4 years, we really only have a season and some change. And now they have to pay him, right? They have to give him, upwards of $50 million a year. And he's now going into the second season as a starter. And I think he has a lot to prove that he is that top end type starter that deserves the franchise contract, that deserves the reins to the organization. I think Jordan Love has a lot to prove this year.
Yeah, Jordan Love. I mean, I'll let Gabe talk right now, but Jordan Love, this is where, like, okay, last year maybe you surprised most of us. Now that the eyes are on you, that you're being in primetime games, can you, like, not only stay in this level but elevate yourself to, like, no, we're the best team, not only in the NFC, in the whole NFL. That's kind of what I want to hear Gabe though. Like, this is Gabe's boy.
I just feel like it happened in the order it was supposed to happen in. Now, if he started off hot and then finished off bad, then fine, you could put him on on this list. But considering the fact he has rookies that he's throwing to, he's starting, like, this is his new year, him on the floor, this is the first time they're going to go out there. To start off bad is what you expect. To be in the middle of the season where he starts to improve. The big win against the Lions on that was a primetime game to end the season off well. I think it was in the order that it was supposed to happen in. So the panic of it's small sample size, I think, no, that's how it's supposed to happen. He was supposed to go through those growing pains because the first 2 games he had 6 touchdowns and I don't think he had 0 picks in the first two games. And then he hit that window once there was some film on him. You saw him, okay, teams are adjusting to you. And then he went to the second half of the season and it was like, okay, now he's adjusting to their adjustments and finished off strong. I mean, we credit the Lions for almost being the Niners. Packers almost, it was the same boat with them too. So
Jordan, my point is here. There's more. I'm a Jordan Love guy. I think he's going to be great, but he's different in the fact that he sat for a couple years.
Yeah,
and they have to pay him now. Like you don't get to wait. Like CJ Stroud, they don't got to pay him this year. No, they can wait. They can do it again and then do it again. Then we'll pay you. Yeah. Jordan Love, like you have half a season basically.
I don't even want to pay him.
You pulled but I'm saying you want to wait because his contract is going up.
Yeah.
So you have to make a hard decision right now.
I think it's worth the wait because you were just talking about the whole Jalen Hurts thing. Like when you get paid, you're gonna have that seat. You're gonna have that one season. It's like no, let's keep Love. Like our Super window, it may not be as open as every other team, but like I want to maximize Jordan Love as much as we possibly can. We'll give you the money if you do it again. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how they handle it. It's gonna be really interesting. Some new management there, even headed in Green Bay, right?
Next year.
Yeah. New president.
Yeah.
Game Tovar.
Only any concern here? Only threw for 300 yards one time after that Detroit Lions win, and then in the final game didn't reach 200 yards. That's the kind of thing. Is like I need to see. That's the improvement now.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, because
that's not a knock. I'm just saying there is room to grow still.
Yeah.
He also had a mega playoff game though, so I could balance that out where I'm not focused too much on that playoff loss he had.
You're talking about Dallas.
Yeah. I have. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have one more.
Yeah.
Mr. Trevor Lawrence himself, Jacksonville Jaguars.
I've already thrown the towel on this guy.
I mean, we don't even know if he's good. He just signed a crazy deal.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Where he's getting paid around $55 million per year.
So this is what I wanted to. Let me stop you there because this is where I want to finish the show with, and let's get into this now. Okay.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence. We didn't get a chance to comment on his contract. You guys covered it beautifully. Very
yeah.
good.
Bravo.
But I wanted the chance to go in on Trevor Lawrence because he's one of my most overrated players in the league, and we didn't get a chance to comment on it.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, $55 million a year, now tied with Joe Burrow for the biggest contract in the league. Similar numbers to Daniel Jones, similar numbers to Mac Jones. Now his backup. Trevor Lawrence getting this contract. What's your whole take on it?
So this is just I don't know. They paid $55 million for potential still. He drafted number 1 overall for potential still. When is this potential finally going to show itself? He's never been the best quarterback, even like he's never been mentioned even on like a 2-3 week run where he's playing like best quarterback in the league. Yeah. He's never had more than 25 touchdowns in one season. Ugh. He's just
so bad.
And I know he had the Urban Meyer year, and that obviously the first year of your NFL is important, and Urban Meyer is a moron. So but whatever. That's 2 years from now. The NFL is a I don't know. The Jacksonville Jaguars paid him off the promise of how they drafted him. Like, he's the best prospect since Andrew Luck, since John Elway, since whatever. What are we basing this $55 million? What's it based on? Just potential. I hate that for the Jacksonville Jaguars fans because that's all you've ever been is just, we could be good, we could be this, and then there's no proof that he should be paid even amongst the top 10 quarterbacks.
This is especially hard to swallow because not only did they finish last year with 5 straight losses in playoff contention, but I mean, what is this? 6 of their final 8 games were lost. They lost 6 of their final 8 games.
Yeah.
And then you go into that offseason and paying $55 million a year, you tie in with Joe Burrow, the whole thing. This is just, I think, an organization that is hoping this will work out. It's almost like you're on a road trip and like you have a faulty spare, but you have no other choice, and you don't want to turn back because you're already like a day into the trip.
Yeah, so you put a hubcap on the spare tire.
Let's throw the spare in and let's just go. Let's just hope this works out.
Yeah.
You can definitely see this crashing and burning. The guy's numbers are not impressive. You said it. Last year, 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions.
That's
not.
That's for a rookie. Like, okay, that's pretty good. Not for a guy who's being 55. We need to talk about him the way we talk about Daniel Jones. It's just about that time. We're like, okay, what are we paying for here?
It's crazy too. Like since they paid him, now like you have to ride with them now.
Yeah,
like if he goes out and if he's worse than he was on that last year, okay, we're doing this again. Like the year that comes after.
So let's put ourselves on the other side then. What would you have rather see them do then? I don't want to just be like, well, you should have paid him. Okay, then what do you want them to do then? Let's think about that. What would you have rather seen the Jaguars do?
Well, they paid him early though, right, to get ahead of the contracts.
Yeah.
I would have not.
I wouldn't have
paid him.
done that.
So
I
simply
would have.
that.
I would have.
So
done,
you would have paid him eventually.
Yeah, I would have did what at the time Washington Redskins did with Kirk Cousins, just franchise tag him, just prove it. Do what they did with Dak, just franchise tag him.
Oh, that's a name that's coming to mind because Dak is being treated the way Trevor Lawrence should be treated.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence is being treated the way Dak should be treated. Like these two organizations are backwards. Like you need to pay Dak. And you need to pay him now.
Yeah, because
Like,
he's good.
He's
we've
proven-
seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of the best in the league. You can win a Super Bowl with that guy
Yeah.
for sure. Now that last playoff game, I don't know.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But Trevor Lawrence, you have a shot in hell.
Yeah.
You're not going to win the AFC.
I mean, win your own division.
You're going to be
AFC South.
third in your division.
Yeah, because it's just it's just difficult to see the amount of money placed on the guy who hasn't done it even for a stretch in his career. Been named, he's one of the top quarterbacks playing, or he's playing like he's playing like Aaron Rodgers, like Tom Brady. He's not playing like he's never been the best in his division. It's just I don't understand the hype. And the Jacksonville Jaguars definitely do, but I would have, and also I know we hate the contract. Why don't you just keep Calvin Ridley? You need to surround this guy with as much weapons as possible. Gabe Davis is not as good as Calvin Ridley.
And the rookie, right? Jones.
Yeah, it's just not. And they're not setting him up to be better. That offensive line is still not great. They still believe Travis Etienne can be a workhorse, which he's not. It's just they're not really setting him up to be successful. Besides the all-in mindset they've had with, Doug Pearson will fix him. That's why we brought him in. Has he? He has more picks than he had last year.
I need you to take it easy on Dougie Buckets because I'll. That's gonna start a fight.
It's just been.
We start moving furniture.
It's just It's just like where.
I understand.
How are the Jaguars helping him be the best he can be? They're not helping him. He has had the same roster besides a couple guys. Calvin really
They've
them
done
up.
enough for him. I'm not going to let him have that.
No, you know. I'm not. I'm saying you can just help him out a little bit. You can try to get. Why weren't you in the Stephon Diggs?
What did they do
rumors?
last year? They did Calvin. Why would you try that again? It didn't help him.
I'm just trying. It's not work. Whatever you're doing now isn't working. Just keep trying till you get it right. That's what I'm saying. But they're just.
I think they're doing enough for him.
I'm not defending him. I'm just saying, like, I would just like.
So you're the Trevor Lawrence guy.
No, I'm not. No, I would just. If I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars, like, just let's try even maybe even more so. But
I see what you're saying, Angel. Like, this is their guy.
Yeah.
They've made that decision.
Yeah.
Now, why are you not taking further steps to help solidify whether or not that was the right decision?
Yeah.
Why are you not in the Brandon Aiyuk
Exactly,
sweepstakes right
exactly,
now? No, I get what you're saying.
There's a lot of guys that could help him. Like, Stephon Diggs was out there at some point. They could have traded him there. You had I know they signed Gabe Davis, and that was their guy, but still, like,
This is why you don't extend the guy, though.
Yeah.
This is exactly why, because now it has to work. Instead of saying, "No, look, we'll go get you a quality guy."
yeah.
But we're gonna tag you. Like I'm not gonna pay you.
That's what I would have done. I would have
It's
tagged
just
him.
super
That's
irresponsible
what I'm
to
doing.
pay him right
I'm
now.
stringing this out as long as possible. If he pops off one day, sign him.
Like we'll eat it. We'll pay him $60 million
pay what you have
next
to
year.
pay.
Because
And then I'm either trading him or letting him walk. But I'm not committing to this.
now you're tied to him for a long time with
gonna
big
happen.
contract money. So it's
So maybe Trevor Lawrence is our number one guy with most approved this year.
Maybe
Because-
he is.
because of
Sounds
the
like it.
contract.
Sounds like Daniel Jones. He's the new and improved Daniel Jones. Like,
Ouch.
They're
But you're so
pretty-
right. But you're
I
so
would,
right.
I would love to see their stats side by side.
It's
I had
pretty
him. I thought I
close.
had him on
It's
the thing.
you
Maybe
don't,
not.
You don't. I'll see what I can do.
what
I just thought of another idea for the board. We need to have a Trevor Lawrence heat check.
Yeah.
Week to week.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the Trevor. Okay, sweet. So 198, 1 touchdown, 2 picks.
Okay, sweet. Perfect. Add that to the resume. Add that to the
Thanks, T-Law.
$55 million per year. Like it's
I want to know how much his game check was.
yeah. And then
Give me his game check.
And then like back on giving a quarterback $55 million a year. You shouldn't be babying someone who you're paying that much to be good.
AJ's facial reaction means something pretty bad.
AJ, you got it? Go
All
ahead.
right, so I've got Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence, their first 48 career starts.
Oh my God.
How'd you find that?
Trevor Lawrence with a record of 20 and 28. Daniel Jones 19 and 29.
Holy hell.
Their passer rating: Trevor Lawrence 85.5, Daniel Jones 85.4. Touchdown to interception ratio: Trevor Lawrence 55 to 35, Daniel Jones 55 to 33. Pass and rushing yards combined: Trevor Lawrence with 12,204, Daniel Jones 11,992. and their yards per attempt are exactly the same at 6.7.
See, I'm glad you said that because that just so people know we're not just being dramatic
right,
here.
no.
He's legitimately at the level of some of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
So they're like, Daniel Jones kind of looks like an idiot. So he's saying an idiot. So like Trevor Lawrence is kind of like a sexier Daniel Jones.
yeah,
That's
that-
literally it.
That's why we don't talk about him like that, 'cause he looks cool.
He's a very good looking guy. But you kind of play just like your ugly stepbrother, who is Daniel Jones. Like it doesn't really
Who's the guy?
like, and I'm sure Daniel Jones has more touchdowns because Daniel Jones runs the ball. He has that aspect to his game. Trevor Lawrence he's just an average pocket passer on a team that's never been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, let's end on a good note. Congrats on the new contract.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Recently announced he's expecting
Yeah.
his first
Yeah.
child.
Part of the dad gang now.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'll
So
clap
congrats,
for that.
Trevor Lawrence.
Nice plug.
use our code
Nice plug.
for
Yes.
50% off.
Thank you, Mitch.
I'm sure he needs it.
I just used it for 2 more hats yesterday.
There you go.
Half of our purchases are me.
That's our show for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining us for episode 134. Very excited. What are you doing?
I was in the music. I was in the music prior to the music.
We'll see
That's my
you
job.
next week for episode 135. Terrell back on FaceTime. Steamrolling toward training camp. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.